Some have called Jerry Trimble the Joe Namath of karate.
Say hello to the world champ.
The crowd holds its breath as two titans from different worlds step into the spotlight. One man carved from Kentucky limestone in championship gold, the other forged in Chicago's unforgiving streets and Hollywood's brightest lights. Tonight, we're witnessing something that never happened but haunts every martial arts conversation: Jerry Golden Boy Trimble versus Jim Kelly. Picture the electricity crackling through the arena as these two legends face off. Trimble's blonde mane catching the spotlight like a gladiator's crown. Kelly's imposing frame radiating the confidence that made Bruce Lee choose him as his co-star. This isn't just a fight, it's a collision between two eras of martial arts mastery. I remember the first time I saw Jerry Trimble destroy an opponent in Louisville back in '86. The Kentucky Destroyer didn't just enter the ring, he owned it from the moment his boots touched canvas. Standing 6 feet of pure American thunder, Trimble possessed something you can't teach in any dojo: killer instinct wrapped in textbook technique. His blonde hair might have caught your attention, but his fists would make you forget your own name. Trimble's kickboxing style was poetry written in violence. Watch old footage and you'll see a man who moved like water but struck like lightning. His jab wasn't just fast, it was surgical, finding gaps in defenses that shouldn't have existed. That right cross? Pure Kentucky bourbon aged in pain. But here's what separated the Golden Boy from pretenders: his leg kicks could end careers. I've seen grown men crumble when Trimble's shin connected with their thighs, their fighting spirit evaporating like morning mist. The man's training regimen would kill lesser mortals. 8 hours daily of punishment that built not just muscle, but character. While other fighters partied, Trimble studied film like a doctoral student, memorizing every opponent's weakness, every telegraph, every moment of vulnerability. His conditioning was supernatural. 15 rounds felt like a warm-up, while opponents gasped for air like drowning swimmers. But Trimble's greatest weapon wasn't physical, it was mental. This college-educated destroyer approached fighting like a chess grandmaster approaches the board. Every technique had purpose, every combination served a strategy. He didn't just beat opponents, he dismantled them piece by piece until they questioned why they ever stepped into a ring. Now let me paint you a picture of Jim Kelly walking into that Chicago dojo for the first time in 1964. This wasn't some Hollywood pretty boy playing dress-up. Kelly earned his black belt through years of traditional Shotokan training that would break modern fighters. Standing 6'2" with the natural athleticism of a born warrior, Kelly possessed something rare: legitimate movie star charisma backed by devastating real-world skills. Kelly's Shotokan foundation gave him tools that most fighters never develop. Those linear attacks weren't just powerful, they were precisely timed, explosive bursts that could end fights in seconds. His reverse punch became legendary in tournament circles, a technique delivered with hip rotation that generated knockout power from positions that looked impossible. I watched them drop opponents with combinations that started from conversation distance and ended with ambulance rides. What made Kelly truly dangerous was his evolution beyond traditional boundaries. This wasn't some kata-obsessed traditionalist frozen in ancient forms. Kelly absorbed boxing footwork, wrestling takedown defenses, and street fighting psychology into his arsenal. His tournament record spoke in championships, multiple karate titles, and a reputation for finishing fights with authority that earned respect from competitors who couldn't stand his attitude. The psychological warfare factor cannot be understated. Kelly possessed an intimidating presence that unnerved opponents before techniques were exchanged. His trash-talking ability was weaponized confidence. He'd get inside your head during the referee's instructions and stay there until the final bell. Bruce Lee didn't choose him for Enter the Dragon just for his looks. He chose him because Kelly brought authentic martial arts swagger that cameras couldn't fake. In our dream matchup, the tactical chess match would be breathtaking. Trimble's kickboxing experience gives him devastating close-range weapons and clinch superiority. His conditioning advantage from 15-round championship fights could prove decisive when Kelly's traditional training hits its limits. The Golden Boy's ability to maintain relentless pressure for extended periods has broken world-class opponents who entered rings confident and left them questioning their life choices. Kelly's reach advantage and point-fighting background create opportunities for explosive entries and counterattacks that could surprise Trimble's forward-pressing style. His traditional karate training emphasized finishing techniques, not accumulating points, but ending fights decisively. That psychological intimidation factor could disrupt Trimble's calculated approach, forcing the normally methodical Kentuckian into emotional exchanges that favor Kelly's explosive power. The turning point would likely come in the middle rounds, when Trimble's relentless pace meets Kelly's championship resolve. Picture Trimble pressing forward with combinations that have crumbled world champions, only to walk into Kelly's perfectly timed reverse punch delivered with 40 years of training behind it. Or imagine Kelly's confident advances meeting Trimble's devastating leg kicks, each one stealing strength and mobility until the Chicago Warriors' legendary speed becomes merely human. Both men possess the mental toughness forged in championship crucibles, but their approaches differed fundamentally. Trimble's scientific method would seek to solve Kelly's puzzle through systematic destruction, while Kelly's warrior psychology would hunt for that one perfect moment to end everything with devastating finality. In this fantasy encounter, Trimble's championship conditioning and systematic approach would likely prevail through sustained excellence. His ability to maintain peak performance while opponents faded, combined with his technical superiority in prolonged exchanges, would gradually break down Kelly's resistance. The Golden Boy's victory would come not through flash or luck, but through the steady accumulation of damage that marks true champions. Yet, Kelly's dangerous moments would make every second electric, those explosive entries and psychological advantages creating opportunities that could end the fight with any exchange. This dream match represents more than techniques and conditioning. It's the eternal struggle between Hollywood glamour and championship grit, between traditional martial arts honor and modern fighting science. Both warriors in their own arenas achieved immortality through dedication to their craft and refusal to accept limitations others considered permanent.